Up, y'all? We are back with another video, and y'all, I'm excited for this look. We about to kill this look tonight, okay? I'm doing my girl Makia's makeup, and we just gonna jump in. I'm doing her primer. I'm using the e.l.f. Soothing Face Primer, and then for foundation, we use the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless Foundation in the shade Java. And I'm really just putting the foundation all over her skin, and then I'm going to go ahead and press the foundation into her skin to make sure everything is blended. And y'all, make sure y'all get the neck and y'all ears, okay? Don't forget that. Don't leave that out. Next, I'm going in with her concealer, and I use the Milani Conceal and Perfect Longwear concealer, and I used a concealer brush or an eyeshadow brush to blend that in. Y'all, use a beauty blender or a sponge. Don't work smarter, not harder. Don't be like me. And then I just put another layer of the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn on top of that, just to brighten it a little bit more. And then I'm blending that in with my foundation brush, just to make sure that's really nice and blended. And then to set that concealer, I just used the Mercier translucent setting powder. And same thing, y'all, if you have a sponge or a beauty blender, I recommend using that to put your setting powder down. And then I went ahead and started her contour. Yeah, she feeling it. She could see herself. But for the contour, I used the Pigment Cosmetics Compact Cream Palette, and I just mixed 9 and 10.
I see.
Oh!
I seen it.
Oh!
I seen it from the get-go. Okay. That's okay.
Y'all, you know we gotta have fun with it, okay? So moving on, I'm still just gonna go ahead and blend in her contour. And tonight we carving out that contour, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and use the same foundation that we used. Yeah, she liked it. We're gonna use the same foundation and foundation brush and just kind of swipe that up to give you a nice carved out look. This is an optional step as always, okay? You do not have to be extra. But you can see the effect that it gives. And then for the eyelid, I use that same LA Girl concealer, and I just put that all over her eyelid. And then once you have that on there, go ahead and blend that out. Listen, I think I had some wine that day. I don't know. You don't need that much concealer, but if you do, you can use a beauty blender or a sponge. Like, use a beauty blender or a sponge to soak up extra product when you use too much. Because I do that sometimes. It is what it is. It happens. But yeah, just go ahead and blend that out. And then blend out any creasing that may happen. And then once you have that blended and just kind of really smooth, you want to put down a setting powder over that so that your eyeshadow doesn't move all over the place. Moving on to the eyeshadow, so I'm using the Makeup Revolution Reloaded Velvet Rose palette. Okay, y'all know Velvet Rose palette, and I'm using the shade Matte Deep Brown for her crease, and I'm just using my blending brush to put that all over her crease, and then use circular motions to blend that in and make sure that it's really smooth. And then you just want to build up that color until it's the intensity or the pigment that you want. And I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. And I kind of like to switch back and forth, so you'll see me go from side to side until it's kind of exactly how I want it. And I just need to shout my girl out real quick because her hair is fire, okay? This hair that she has in right now is her hair that she supplies. So y'all definitely check out Blue Dream LLC. And I'm leaving her information in the description box below as well for y'all to get at her. Just remember, y'all, the more you blend out, the more you will have to go back and probably build up that pigment. But just keep building it up until it's blended and the pigment that you want. And then I like to use a clean blending brush to kind of just really smooth everything out. And then I'm just building my color back up. And then I'm cutting her crease with the NYX Professional Eyeshadow Base in the shade White. I don't know, I really like this as a base, especially when I'm using bright colors. Or if I'm using a shade that's really close to white, I want to go ahead and make it that nice white, not that off-white, okay? Not that cream, okay? We want that white. And then I did use the Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette in the shade Certified to place that on her lid over the base. And I'm just being very careful and just using patting motions to really press that in. Whew. Yes, I'm taking the Juvia's Place Warrior 2 palette in the shade Kufuru, and I'm placing that on her outer corner. And just really blending that in with the lid color. And then do the same thing to the other side. Place your base down. And I did use the base all over the whole eyelid. Don't have to. Wherever you're gonna stop and put your outer lid color, that's where you can stop your base to save product. And then it makes it easier to blend your outer crease color as well. And I'm just placing down my lid color and then putting that same shade Kufuru on the outer crease. And really just focus on the outer corner and use sweeping motions once you get to your lid to kind of blend that in. And then you're gonna put your lid color almost directly back on top of that by using sweeping motions to give it that nice blended look. Moving on to the brows, I use the NYX eyebrow pencil in the shade brown to carve out her brows. I'm just doing her brows in the natural shape. Keep it simple. To carve out underneath her brows, I use the LA Girl concealer. And again, just going in the natural shape of her brows. I do like to do my brows after I do my eyeshadow because I like the way it blends in with the top eyeshadow after I do it. Like, you just gotta see it, okay? Use whatever shade you're comfortable with to do the top line of your brows if you do the top of your brows. And then I just use a very small dome brush to blend out the concealer. And then I'm just using a loose pigment glitter, and I put eyelash glue on my brush and then dip my brush into the loose glitter and then just lightly tap that glitter just randomly all over her eyelid, just to give it, you know, just a little razzle dazzle. Okay, make it not so basic, spice it up a little bit. And then I'm using the shade Kufuru from the Juvia's Place palette to set her cream contour. For her highlight, I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit in the shade Tourmaline, and then just a clean brush to sweep off any excess product. And then for the setting spray, we used the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. And that's pretty much it, y'all. Right now, I'm just doing the final touches, you know, just making sure everything is good before we step out. Using just a loose setting powder in her skin tone to kind of set everything, make sure everything's blended. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This is the final look. These are her lashes. She went ahead and did her lashes herself. She supplies those as well, so y'all follow us and we will see y'all on the next video.